won that matchup handily over Glenville. So they will be moving on to the winner of this matchup between Edinboro University and Bowie State.
That's the 3 seed over the 2 seed, Josh. Here in our matchup, we have the 8 seed in Bowie State taking on the 4 seed of Edinboro.
And for Bowie State also, we'd like to mention they upset, being the 8 seed and defeating the 1 seed. They beat the hosting team, Virginia Union University. And they lost to them already 3 times this year, but were able to beat them in the first round and beat the host team, so they are no longer in it. So Bowie State is going to match up now against Edinboro University. And first, the starters for the Edinboro Fighting Scots. A guard at 5'6", number 2, a sophomore from Chagrin Falls, Ohio, Michaela Barnes. Alongside her in the backcourt, a guard at 5'5", a redshirt junior from Buffalo, New York, number 5, Jonte Walton. Also a forward, 6'1", a grad student from Dudley, United Kingdom, number 12, Whitney Allen. As well as number 15, a 6'2" forward senior from Buffalo, New York, Sierra Roston. And to round out the starting 5 for Edinboro University, 5'8" guard, junior from Edinboro, Pennsylvania, number 20, Michelle Yon. And now for the Bowie State Bulldogs. First, number 42, force in the paint, a forward, 5'9" sophomore, number 42, Nashia Christian. Alongside her, the other post player, a graduate student from Minneapolis, Minnesota, forward at 6'1", Sade Chapman. Also, the point guard for this team, number 1, a senior from Paint Branch, or for Burtonsville, Minnesota, a guard at 5'6", Kiara Colston. And at number 3, a guard at 5'4", a senior from Capitol Heights, Maryland, Kia Proctor. And to round out the starting 5 for the Bowie State Bulldogs, number 5, a 5'6" guard, a senior from Laurel, Maryland, Lisa Jing. So Tubby, both of these teams, they've obviously won a bunch of games coming into the playoffs, but what is it that Edinboro has to do to take another commanding lead after their victory yesterday over Virginia State?
They have to come out early and, again, shoot from the outside, get up early with their sharpshooters, get Michelle Yon the ball. She's your sniper from the 3-point range. Let her get hot, let her build the lead, like 3 or 4 of them up. And then Sierra Roston underneath, she needs to continue to be that brick wall. Bowie State is going to look to pound the ball inside all night long. So you got to have, Sierra Roston has to be on her game. Last night she was just 1 shy of getting a triple-double, and most of that was in blocks. So we look forward to her. And again, just rotating the ball, set up the offense for Edinboro, and really just playing good defense and denying Bowie State everything that they want to do.
Absolutely. And so Edinboro University wearing their white home jerseys, black letters and numbers with red trim, and for Bowie State, black jerseys, yellow letters and numbers with white trim. About to start the tip-off here as Roston matches up with Chapman. Roston trying to get it to Walton, but it is controlled by Bowie State. Top of the key and slowed down. Chapman looking, she'll shoot a long jump shot. Roston first rebound. That's not the first time she started out with a rebound, always high in the stats. Barnes looking for a shot, passes it back to the top of the key. Jonte Walton to Michelle Yon. Jan thinking about a three, decides against it. Now Roston will go against her defender. She'll go right at her. Nice soft touch, right-handed hook shot. Nice move from her.
Edinboro strikes blood here, up 2-0, 9:10 left to go here in the first.
Another look by Chapman. And a three-pointer, this one off the mark, but good rebound and kick out. So now controlled by the Bulldogs. Proctor into Chapman. Chapman goes right at and one. She goes right through Sierra Roston. And one thing that Edinboro does not want to do is have Roston in foul trouble. And she's the first foul against Edinboro. Nice and one move for Chapman.
That's going to be the key. Sierra needs to stay clean this round.
Shot up and good, so now the score 3-2 in favor of the Bulldogs. Jonte Walton. Hand off for Barnes. Couple moves and then cut off. So Walton will now drive, and Walton draws a foul. There was a double team coming by Kia Proctor, and Walton doing a good job being aware of the situation and drawing that foul. It's a good move there.
Bowie State can't have her get into foul trouble either, as number 3's their field general out there commanding the offense.
Absolutely. And now to bring it down, Colston for Bowie State. Proctor calling for a screen, decides against it, swings it over. Jiggling for a shot, that one good. So now the score 5-2, Edinboro down by 3. 8 minutes left in the first. Roston getting tipped around a lot. And then a outside pass by Whitney Allen, trying to get it to her teammate, but it is able to get into Michaela Barnes' hands. She drills a three. She always looks calm out there. Doesn't really seem fazed by any sort of energy.
Nope.
Always doing the same thing.
Nope. Nothing rattles her at all. Michelle John playing big down underneath her, trying to get the rebound, was fouled on the attempt.
Jan is an excellent transition player in the fact that she plays as a guard traditionally, but she usually ends up guarding taller players and has to play deeper into the post.
She actually plays like she's about 8 inches taller than she really is, Josh.
That means she was the tallest player we've ever seen.
Well,
but I get what you're saying. Walton now driving deep. Allen and then to Jan. She'll shoot a long three-pointer. That one to the left and out. Colston will get the rebound and bring it all the way down. She's met by Jan. 2 screens up at the top for Colston. She picks to go to the left. And then Chapman thinks about a three, decides against it. Lots of passing across the top of the lane is Bowie State. And then we have a long shot missed by Chapman. And now Jan going the full length. Nice give and go. Roston back to Jan. They forgot to pick her up, and Jan gets a nice hook layup on the right side. 7-5 Edinboro leading.
Just how they drew it up.
Deep in the post, Whitney Allen matching up against Deshauna Kristen, and Whitney Allen able to force the travel, and a couple of the Bowie State players trying to talk to the referees about that one, didn't agree with that travel call.
Yeah, but again, they need to be very careful on it. These referees will not put up with the talk.
No, this is a tournament play. It's a little bit different. Jan pulls up. Nice short jumper from about 10 feet on the baseline. Left-handed dribble. Thought she was going to go in for a layup. Defender came on her, and she pulled up for the jump shot instead. Chapman now kicking out. And a long three-pointer. That one good for Proctor. So 9-8 is the score. Barnes takes it in quickly. Walton was pushing, and then Barnes immediately goes to the hoop. She's not going to slow down at all.
Yep, she was going in with authority on that one.
First shot good for Barnes. So now Edinboro leading 10-8 here in Richmond, Virginia. We are at Barco-Stevens Hall at Virginia Union University. Second shot good for Barnes as well. So it's now a 3-point lead for Edinboro. Good in-out dribble. That one off the mark, and Jan able to get the rebound. 3-on-2 for Edinboro. Jan decides to kick it out. Ends up turning it over. Coming the other way very quickly is Bowie State, but Whitney Allen able to not avoid the foul. And then we have a floater. That one off the mark. Roston with a rebound. They get it out to Barnes in the outlet. She has 2-on-1, and Barnes just goes right at both of them, head down. One thing when you're coaching basketball players, you don't usually encourage the head down mentality where you just drive in because you don't have that awareness of the court, and sometimes you can't see what's going on.
Right.
But I'd let Michaela Barnes do it every time. She knows how to draw fouls, and she knows how to score, absolutely. Roston, bad pass after the inbounds. Turnover, this time ball is in Bowie's hands. Corner now for Bowie State, and then top of the key. Calling for a screen is Colston, then she hands it off for number 24, Perry Alexander. She'll shoot from the baseline, and that one pure. She's got a nice looking jump shot. 11-10 now the score. Walton controlling, gets it to Roston, and then Barnes. Barnes thinking about a three, decides against it. Good idea there. Barnes dribbling around, has a much taller defender on her. Now Walton into Jan. Jan thought she had the and one, but it ended up falling out. She thought that it had already gone in for the and one, but unfortunately down and out. But she will be going to the line for some free throws. But with that, we are at the under 5 media timeout. The score 11-10. 4:20 left to play here in Richmond, Virginia, as Edinboro University playing Bowie State Bulldogs. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this.
So you don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinboro Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at edinboronow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services and auto sales in Erie and Fairview, and auto glass replacement and repair, along with full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service can be found on the web at bonnellsauto.com.
Welcome back. We are here in Richmond, Virginia, as Edinboro University is facing off against the Bowie State Bulldogs. We are in Barco-Stevens Hall, and folks, if you're having a difficult time hearing us, it's because we are very close to the Bowie State house band. They are making it a very difficult time to hear, and they are definitely cheering on their team. So as the audio goes in and out, we will try our best to make up for that. But right now, Michelle Jan at the line. She was fouled going into the media timeout. 11-10 the score, 4:20 left to play here in the first quarter. First shot for Michelle Jan is good. And Tubby, what do you see early out of Edinboro that has allowed them to take an early but small lead?
I mean, they're still able to get their outside shots. They're moving the ball well, but they don't have the off-the-ball movement that they had last night against Virginia State. They're going to need to step that up if they want to continue to stay in this game, Josh.
It looks like this Bowie State team has a much better defensive awareness than what Edinboro played last night. But quickly, off of a block, Roston to Walton and then to Barnes. Barnes leaking out and then pulling up for a left wing jump shot. That one good off the fast break. So Barnes with some quick and early points. 15-10 the score now. top of the key for Bowie State. Off the screen. And then a three-pointer, this one off the mark for Alexander. So Walton now driving, looking, first shot for her, that one up and good. Walton hitting the same spot that Barnes just hit from. So good shot for Walton. 17-10 now, Edinboro starting to separate here in the first quarter of action.
Yep. They're going to need to step on the gas and keep this high-powered offense going and really break Bowie State out of their game.
And good defense by Michelle Yon, able to block a step-back jumper by Colston. And then a jump ball is called, this one between 42 Christian and Whitney Allen. So it will be Edinboro basketball. Whitney Allen joking with the referee right now. Seems like there's some good rapport between these Edinboro girls and the refs. You can have a good relationship if you don't complain and don't yell at them the whole time, which Edinboro has been very respectful so far in this tournament. Walton, second shot from the corner, this one off the mark. Offensive rebound by Roston. She gets it into Barnes. Barnes, another shot, and good. Michaela Barnes.
Another good, solid, unselfish play there by Roston to kick it out when she had three defenders on her already.
Absolutely. 19-10 the score. 2:25 left. And it looks like there's a mismatch underneath as Alexander was trying to go right at Barnes. Clear height advantage for Christian. And then an outside shot, that one off the mark and out of bounds for Bowie State. That one off of Chapman, very short. So now Walton will bring it down. Walton has just had such great composure so far in the tournament. A lot of control, not forcing anything. Jan, double teamed in the corner. Pass intended for Roston, but tipped away. And Jan coming, the full length of floor to help, but there was a blocking call on Barnes. So with that, number 10 for Bowie State will come in to shoot some free throws. Kiaja Williams, her first shots. First one up and good. And then another substitution for Bowie State as number 22, Amel Duggins is in as well, a sophomore from District Heights, Maryland. Second shot good as well, so 19-12 the score, under 2 minutes here in the first. Walton, a couple quick moves, calling the play. Gets it to Jan on the left corner, takes a screen from Allen, and then inside for Roston. She'll go right at her defender. That one up and good. Lots of arms in there, but Roston, she's done that move enough times that she is comfortable with it. 21-12 now the score. And Bowie State going right back the other direction. Another block by Roston. Good hands as Chapman went right at her. Roston kept her hands up and in control. Walton drawing the double team. And now Allen driving and kicking. That one off the mark. And it ends up in Bowie State's hands. Good active hands by this Bowie State team.
Yeah, it's surprising because last night Edinboro faced that full court press of Virginia State. Bowie State seems content just to head down to the other end of the floor and let Borough bring it up, and then they're just going to try to stop and break their offense there.
We have a foul call, this one against Michelle Yon. First shot. No good there. Second one up. And that one good. So now the score 21-14, Edinboro leading. Walton going against two defenders, beating both. And then controlling, setting up the offense. Barnes meeting double team. Lots of double team action here from this Bowie State team. Barnes one-on-one. She'll go right at her defender. There's a reach-in foul, that one on the floor. That's against number 1, Colston.
Colston is the other leader of this Bowie State team out there on the floor.
Shot up and good. First for Barnes, and we have a substitution. Roston out, and in for her, Allie Thompson, Villa Maria graduate. Second shot good for Barnes as well, and then another substitution. Barnes will be out, and in for her, Ayana Vaughn. Both Allie Thompson and Vaughn excellent at getting quick offense and great defensive sets in their minutes. They don't always get the starters' minutes as the other teammates, but they can make do with the time they have. Excellent at getting a lot of energy and giving it immediately on the floor. Drive to the hoop, that one off the mark. Good rebound by Chapman, that one up, and then a good rebound by Whitney Allen. She gets it out to Walton. She'll drive in. She draws a foul, and now she will go to the line.
Taking that one all the way coast to coast.
Absolutely. So with that, Jonte Walton going to the line to shoot some free throws. Edinboro seeming to find the shots they want. It's just taking them a little bit longer because of the excellent defense. And so now in for the Edinboro squad, we have number 4, Sarah Fisher, a freshman from Ambridge, Pennsylvania, 5'7" guard. She's in for Jan. And then off the second shot, that one off the mark and out of bounds. So it will be Bowie State basketball.
Edinboro now going into this full court man press, Josh. And that'll do it. That's the end of the first period here at play. Edinboro leads 24-14 over Bowie State.
And with that, folks, we are at the end of the first. Like Tubby mentioned, we will take a minute timeout. We'll be back after this.
Put a spark in your lunch break with DJ Wick and the Midday Cafe, serving up a smorgasbord of tantalizing tidbits, cultural distractions, and all the yik-yak smack. Start and end your work week with a side dish of the absurd. Make reservations Mondays and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Personalize the menu with special requests and potluck posers. On 88.9 WFSE, live stream at edinboronow.com.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinboroNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by the Edinboro Hotel Bar, serving a variety of lunch and dinner items every day from their location at 100 Meadville Street in downtown Edinboro. Information is at 814-734-5103 or online at EdinboroHotelBar.com.
Welcome back. We are here in Barco Stevens Hall in Richmond, Virginia, as Edinboro University is matching up against Bowie State. Edinboro doing a great job taking the early lead by 10, 24-14 to end the first. And right off the bat, what a move by the new player from Bowie State.
That's J.J. Williams, number 10.
J.J. Williams. What a move to get that one off. Didn't look like she had it at all. Walton now driving. She gets tipped and blocked, and so Bowie State will move quickly. Left all alone is the point guard, Colston. She misses. Controlled now by Edinboro. Gets it to Walton. She looks around. Walton, Allen, Barnes, Roston. Barnes takes a hit to the head, and now Jan will shoot a long three-pointer. That one, I don't think you could get any more in the middle of the hoop than that three-pointer, folks.
Nope.
She drilled it. 27-16 now. the score as Edinboro leading by 11. Top of the key now for Bowie State. They're going to allow Williams to shoot. And that went off the mark. And then we have a foul call. Walton, she knows how to control the ball, doesn't slow down. And then all of a sudden, when you least expect it, she'll stop on a dime, able to draw the foul. So Edinboro will now have it inbounded from half court, fresh shot clock. Walton to Barnes. Jan cuts, and then up top to Allen, and then swung over for Walton. They get it in to Roston, but then we have a foul. This one on Whitney Allen. Offensive foul, illegal block called. Looks like her feet were moving, or she got her hands wrapped up in there.
Yeah,
she
it
has
happened
to
so
go.
quick I didn't get a chance to see it.
She has to go against Chapman, and that's a hard matchup. So understandable that a few of those would have to be called fouls. Inside Chapman going against Roston. She kicks it over, and Christian able to hit the jump shot.
Edinboro doing a fairly decent job so far, trying to keep a big on a big and switching the coverages when on defense.
27-18 the score. Jan looking for a three, decides against it, drives, steps back. Then Barnes now pump fakes, and they call a travel. Not happy with that call.
Nope.
And now a substitution.
Allie Thompson comes in for Allen. So Bowie State now bringing it up over here to the left side of the wing, looks in for number 24. She's looking to go, drives, hard foul.
And they call an offensive here. That one against 24. That's Alexander. And Edinboro pushing quickly. They get it to Barnes at half court. Allie Thompson, cannon. And then Barnes trying to find Jan, who was wide open in the corner. Jan knew she had that open, but ended up being tipped out of bounds. So now controlled by Edinboro. Roston over to Jan. Jan back into Roston and kicked out to Walton. Cross to Barnes. Three-pointer, that one good. Nice shot by Michaela Barnes.
Edinboro now leads 30-18 with 7:07 left to go.
Roston guarding Chapman, top of the key, swing it over to the right, and then back inbounds. And then Jan tried to strip, it gets jostled around, and then ends up back in Chapman's hands. Quick move, jump shot, off the mark. Roston rebound, looks for a quick outlet, and then she gets tripped. No foul call, but she keeps her dribble. Now Walton drawing a foul, this one against number 22 from Bowie State.
That's Emil Duggins.
So now a substitution here for Bowie State as Chapman goes to the bench. Walton setting up the play, 30-18, 3:30 left to play in the second. They get it into Roston. Roston first shot up, no good. And then Allen, or not Allen, rather, Thompson. Thompson gets the offensive rebound and able to draw the foul, so now she'll go to the line. That's the fourth foul so far on this Bowie State team, so there's some quick foul issues for Bowie State. 6:23 left as Allie Thompson hits the first of two. Second shot up and good as well. Edinboro, an excellent free throw shooting team. They definitely take advantage of those free foul shots that you get. They're called free throws for a reason.
Yep. Definitely a fundamentally strong team in Edinboro.
Extended shot and then rebound by Bowie State. And now drive in, shot off, no good, and rebounded by Roston. She's going to take it the length of the floor, it looks like. Decides then kick it to Barnes. Barnes double team, back to Allie Thompson. She'll shoot a jump shot. That one off the mark. Long rebound controlled by Alexander. Alexander, a couple stutter steps. And out, top of the key now. Colston to Christian. And then handoff back to Colston. Colston being met by Jan on the defense. And now a drive in. Thompson says she was straight up and down, but the foul was called anyway. And so with that, shooting foul called against Allison Thompson.
Edinboro has done a very good job trying to get in the faces here of the point guards of Bowie State.
Not allowing them to see the open rim immediately. Edinboro not a team that will back off of a defensive position. They never give those up. First shot good for Bowie State from the free throw line as Roston is out and Ayana Vaughn in for her. 32-19 the score, 5:24 left in the second quarter. Jan to bring it down. She hands it off to Walton. Walton setting up the offense. Hard screen by Vaughn. There's a fight through. Barnes to Jan. Jan thinks about a three. Nice behind the back dribble. Pulls up for a jump shot. That one off the mark. Good move, however. Controlled by Bowie State. Proctor with the ball calling out the play. Gets it over to Alexander, and they swing it all the way across back to Proctor, trying to get it inside, tipped away, and now Walton with it. And Walton looking, decides to slow it down. This Bowie State team plays almost a 4-out, 1-in defense. Very interesting. And then they switch to a man all of a sudden. Interesting play call there. They're switching in and out of their defenses as Barnes will shoot the longest three. My goodness. And then it goes off of Edinboro, so it will be Bowie State's ball, but after the media timeout. So the score 32-20. Edinboro leading. 4:18 left to play here in the first half action. We'll be back in a minute.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush. Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Only you can prevent wildfires.
So you don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinboro Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at EdinboroNow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by John's Wildwood Pizzeria, open every day at 105 Erie Street in downtown Edinboro. For eat-in, delivery, or take-out, John's menu includes pizza, hoagies, calzones, wings, salads, and more. Information is at 814-734-7355 or on the web at johnswildwoodpizza.com.
Live Fighting Scots Sports from the Edinboro Sports Network on 88.9 WFSE, Edinboro.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here in Barco Stevens Hall as Edinboro University is playing in the NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championship in Richmond, Virginia, Atlantic Division. And number 15 for Bowie State quickly making a layup off of the media timeout. Edinboro now controlling 32-22 the score. Ayana Vaughn gets it into Allie Thompson. Tipped around a little bit before she controls it, but is able to put it in for a layup. Nice hands by Thompson. Even better pass by Vaughn.
Yep.
Some good play there from Edinboro. On the other end, Bowie State top of the key. A few cuts on the right side. And then open jump shot from way downtown. That one off the mark. Allie Thompson trying to get in there for the rebound. Ends up being controlled by Bowie State. Thompson ends up with it, and then she outlets it to Walton. Walton, the barn, she thought about a three, decides against it. Now Vaughn thinking of a three. She'll shoot one from downtown. That one off the mark. 34-22 the score. Here in Richmond, Virginia, Edinboro on the defensive end, drawing the offensive foul. Referee not hesitating at all.
Nope.
That one against number 1, Colston. And Colston not happy with that at all. Understandable. Walton to bring it down for Edinboro. One-on-one. She'll blow right by her defender. And then a foul is called against number 11. Or number 10, rather.
Boy, that poor ref hearing an earful from it from the coach of Bowie State there.
He's standing right next to Bowie State as he calls that one. Walton tripping up, and it looked like it could have been a no call, but either way, Walton selling it as usual. Excellent at drawing contact and controlling the ball while doing so. First shot good for her, so the score now 35-22. 2:34 left in the first half of action. The NCAA tournament, Women's Division II, as the second shot good for Walton. And almost a turnover as it is inbound by Bowie State.
Chapman almost lost a handle on that one and threw it out of bounds.
Some confusion there. Either way, they're able to get it down. Screen by Chapman. And then Colston, step back jump shot. That one almost banked it in. Now Roston, met by a double team. She gets it to Allen. Couple hands between Chapman and Roston. And then a travel call.
Just could not get that foot planted.
Yeah, Whitney Allen trying her best to go from full speed to a hard stop, and that's very hard to do when you're standing completely upright. So will be Bowie State basketball. And then a foul called against Michelle Yawn. So a turnover and then a foul very quickly by Edinboro. 36-22 the score. 2 minutes left to play here in the first half of action in Richmond, Virginia. The winner of this will match up on Monday night against IUP, who just won their game earlier. We have a blocking foul and another foul called against Edinboro, this one against Walton. Walton thinking it should have been an offensive foul, but the referee not going to sway, however.
Nope.
So it will be Bowie State's ball. Quick move up. Nice floater. That one off the mark. And Roston getting the rebound, but she calls a foul. And then some words are being said as Alexander goes right at Roston. And Roston not happy with it. I can understand that. And 24 just not happy. Alexander gets called for the foul immediately, turns to Roston. And Roston shrugging it off. Edinboro doing a great job with their sportsmanship right now. It's one of those times where you could bait a player into causing an extra foul. But Stan Swank says just wave it off and keep playing ball.
Yep.
Good coaching advice from him.
Just be mentally tough.
Second shot up, and Roston still talking to somebody over there on that Bowie State rebounding line as that second shot is good. And now Allie Thompson in for Roston. And Roston still talking about the issue. They're having some conversation. And not happy about it. So we'll find out later what exactly was said.
Yeah, I think she's trying to explain her side of things to her coaches now, and now they get the understanding.
Allison Thompson in for Roston, and then a long three-pointer. That one off the mark. Thompson controlling, outlet to Allen, and then to Vaughn. Vaughn going the full length. Nice move, and the foul is called. So another foul. Edinboro continuing to control and dominate from the free throw line. 37-22 the score. Vaughn at the line.
1:16 left here to go in the half.
First shot off the back of the rim. Edinboro usually shooting a little bit better from the free throw line. Second one short as well, so not able to capitalize on those two shots. But Vaughn meets Colston as Colston hands it off for Proctor. Hop step, and nice move there to get open. And now Allen met with a double team, gets it to Thompson. Thompson back to Walton, top of the key. And then over to Vaughn. Vaughn thinking about a shot, no good. And then a foul is called. This one against Jing. So lots of fouls being called against Bowie State, and Bowie State not enjoying any of them.
No, they can't afford to get into foul trouble here.
Understandably. They have played 9 players, so they seem to have some depth. But either way, I can understand not being frustrated with all these fouls being called just in the half. Made it to the bonus in the first quarter and the second.
Whoa.
Both shots by Vaughn were good. And then Whitney Allen knocked over, and Allen not happy with something as the ball was loose and on the ground.
She's now putting her hands up like, nope, I ain't the one. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Good patience there. A lot of physical play being had away from the basketball. And we have a foul, blocking foul on Whitney Allen. And Allen thought she was outside of the charge line. Hands were up, but either way.
I don't think she quite had her feet set either way.
That's for sure. So now going to the line, Taliana Hutton to the line, 6'3", forward center, a freshman. Second shot off the mark and controlled by Proctor. She'll shoot a three-pointer. That one good. So nice offensive stretch there. Walton now pushing very quickly, gets all the way to the three-point line and steps back. 39-28 the score. Edinboro up by 11. 25 left, 20 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Edinboro looking to eat up as much clock as possible, but no, got her pocket picked. No good on the layup. Give over to Chapman, and it falls +1.
So Chapman now going to the line. Good hustle by Bowie State to get the steal. Missed the fast break layup. And they call the foul against Whitney Allen. She's not happy with that.
She's trying to say that she wasn't even there.
Which is understandable. I don't think she was, but with that, Vaughn and Thompson out. Roston and Jan back in for Edinboro.
Long outlet pass, again intercepted by Bowie State. Given over to Proctor, shoot for three, no good. Rebound by Chapman, kick back out. Over to Proctor again for three, and good as a buzzer beater as we go into halftime. That'll bring the score 39-34.
Wow, Bowie State separating that lead, or that difference. They were down by 12 and ended up bringing it back. It is now a 5-point game, 39-34. My goodness, Edinboro having a difficult time closing out this game, but 2 3-pointers by Proctor really brought Bowie State back into it.
I mean, going into the game, I knew that Proctor was their shooter. She was going to be the one that was going to take those shots from the outside.